Are you living in a house you didn't design? Most people wake up in a life that was handed to them by their parents, their bosses, or their fears. They spend decades walking down corridors they didn't choose, looking out of windows they didn't place. They call it being realistic. I call it being a squatter in your own existence. It is time to stop being a tenant of fate and start being the fey architect of fate. It is time to burn the blueprint of good enough. Consider the story of a man named Silas. Silas was an expert draftsman for a massive corporation. He was a master at drawing other people's dreams. He spent 10 hours a day making sure someone else's skyscraper was perfect, while his own life was a crumbling shack of maybe someday. He was safe, he was comfortable, and he was dying inside. His potential was a sleeping giant fey buried under a mountain of spreadsheets. One day, Silas stood in the middle of a barren, rocky wasteland. He had lost everything: his job, his savings, and his so-called security. He felt like a victim of a cruel storm. But in that silence, he met an old man carving a throne out of a single piece of granite. Silas asked, "How can I build anything when I have no materials, no tools, and the world has taken everything from me?" The old man didn't look up, he said. "The world didn't take your tools, Silas. It took your excuses. You think you need permission to build. You think you need a favorable market. Architecture doesn't start with stone. It starts with a declaration of sovereignty fey. If you don't draw the line, the world will draw it for you, and it will draw it through your neck." This was Silas's epiphany. He realized that the only difference between a ruin and a monument is the disciplined fey of the builder. He stopped waiting for a better time and started digging the foundation in the middle of the wasteland. He didn't have a crew, he had his hands. He didn't have a crane, he had his will. This is the essence of fey execution fey. You don't build the life you want with a wish. You build it with a strike of the hammer. To be the architect of your fate, you must embrace the law of fey momentum fey. Mediocrity is a slow-growing vine that eventually chokes the life out of your potential. To break it, you need a violent burst of action. You need to stop researching and start pouring concrete. Every morning you wake up and do the hard thing. The thing you are afraid of. You are laying a brick. After 1,000 days, you don't have a shack. You have a fortress. In the philosophy of Stoicism fey, they teach us that the only thing we truly own is our faculty of choice. Your life is not a result of your circumstances. It is a result of your choices. If you settle for a job you hate, you are choosing a slow death. If you settle for a relationship that drains you, you are choosing a silent prison. The architect doesn't settle for okay materials. The architect demands the best, starting with the person they see in the mirror. This requires fey resilience fey. The storm will come. The walls will shake. People will tell you that you are crazy for trying to build a palace in a desert. Let them talk. While they are busy criticizing your blueprint, you are busy building the roof. Their words have no power over a mind that is locked into fey absolute focus fey. Why are you still asking for a seat at the table? Build your own table. Build your own room. Build your own empire. The world respects the person who refuses to compromise. The world steps aside for the person who knows where they are going. This is where you find your true fey sense of control. Fey, it is the realization that you are not a character in someone else's movie. You are the director, the writer, and the hero. Stop saying, "I'll try." Trying is for the hesitant. Fey execution fey is for the committed. Burn the bland. Destroy the safety net. If you have a way out, you will take it the moment things get difficult. But when you burn the ships, the only way is forward. The only way is up. The wasteland is waiting. The stones are heavy. The sun is hot. But the blueprint in your hand is the most powerful weapon on earth. It is the vision of a life you refuse to lay the first stone. The sky is no longer the limit. It's the view from your balcony. Build it now.